Welcome back to RimWorld Science, the show where we test how RimWorld works. Now, today we have something from Sandip Murmu who writes, "My question is how to decrease or improve the trade price. Does faction goodwill or social skill do any good or not?" Well, let's look into this. Let's start out by coming in and looking at some of the stats. In the social stats here of Shybird, we've got a diplomatic gift impact, a recruit prisoner chance, a social chat impact, tame animal chance, trade price improvement, and train animal chance. So it's the trade price improvement should be the first thing we have a look at. Now, as you can see, Shybird here has a 0 at social skills, and the trade price improvement is set at just 0%. Blarney over here has a 20 for a social skill and has a trade price improvement of 10%. And in fact, the way this works is that every 1 point up you go in social, that stat goes up half of a percentage. And we can see that in action as well if we just go ahead and call in a trader. So we have a trade caravan. It's a bulk goods trader. Now let's first come have Shybird come and have a look. Have a chat, see what she's going to buy from him. All right, now let's go ahead and just go by category here. And if we look at the first things, there's 381.66, 283, and 270. That's the buying, or what will cost for us to buy these. And for selling, we've got 160 and 12.05. And now if we take Blarney here, who's much better at social, and have her come and chat. You see there's 73s each. This is 243, 254, and 177. And if we do the math, you can see, yep, that's just about a 10% decrease over here and over here as well. Okay, so that is the first and most basic thing that we need to know, which is that the social does impact. It impacts it by directly impacting this chance right here, or improvement percentage, a trade price improvement. Now, something else that is fairly well known is that, because the game tells you, is that if you have a character who has a talking problem, so here we have Confused, who has dementia, which has her talking at 60% efficiency, then that will cause a hit as well. Now, Confused also has a social of 20. I actually maxed out all of her skills because I accidentally didn't have her at 20 when I started. But if we look here as well, we see that both, compared to Blarney, who's also a 20, both her social chat impact and her trade price improvement have gone down. So this was 10% for Blarney at 7.74 for Confused. This is 87.68 for Confused, whereas for Blarney, it is 137. I'm going to check it out by taking Confused here and having her just come and chat with Vector, trying to buy something. And yeah, it tells us that it'll affect trade prices, but also we look here, these are up to 75, even with her 20 skill. That's a bit higher than Blarney's prices, 249, 261. And again, not getting quite as much for these either. So that is definitely having an effect. Now, sometimes it's suggested that things work a little bit differently when it comes to the orbital traders. So let's just check out the orbital traders as well. We come and we call an orbital trader. Got an exotic goods trader show up. Now again, we take Shybird, have her come and chat. See what prices, 223s, 151, down here. So that's where those are. And then we can compare them with what Blarney is going to have. Where, yeah, those are cheaper. That is by about 10%. That's about 10% more expensive we're getting. And Confused And confused should be about 7.5% off of where Shybird was. And doing the math, that's about what we've got here as well. So yes, things work the same for the orbital traders as they do for the regular traders. Now, one very common claim that you hear is that having a cowboy hat will actually improve your trading. So let's try this out. We take Shybird here, and we have her come and put on a cowboy hat. So pop that on, and have her come chat to Vector. And let's look. And nope, these are no different than we had before. So that has not made any real difference. We can also have Blarney put on a cowboy hat. See if it's going to make any difference for her. Nope, we got the same as we had before here. And also, we'll have Blarney drop that hat for a moment. And let Confused come grab it. And see if we get any different results over here. Either. Where has Vector gone? There he is. And no, we've got the same here as we had before. Now we should also probably try it out as well with the orbital trader. So Confused, come and talk to this exotic goods trader. No change here. Go ahead and drop your hat so that Blarney can pick it up. Blarney, come chat. Okay, no changes, and Shybird, you have that hat on. You come chat as well. Yeah, also no changes. So the hat is not making any difference at all. Now, other things that might make a difference we can have a look at. So if we look at Vector here, his social doesn't really have anything with any of these people. But we could compare and see if it's going to make any difference if he did. So for instance, we can come up here, do the add relationship. Right there it is. So go to Vector, add a relationship. Let's make Lover with Blarney. See if it makes any difference. Okay, so now we go here and go to social. And now there's a nice little boost. So now we take Blarney back and come and chat. See if that makes any difference. And no, it does not seem to have changed a thing as we look through the numbers here. So that's not going to make, yeah. So whether or not somebody likes somebody else isn't making a difference to the cost either. Now, in a similar vein, people have suggested that things that make pawns more attractive to others. So for instance, if we went ahead and made, say, Blarney beautiful, would that make a difference? So we can add a trait. Beauty to Blarney. All right, so now we go to character. She's beautiful. So that means that Vector should like her even more. Yeah, look at that. But also they have a relationship. We come and chat. And again, no difference at all. Also notice that making her beautiful has not, well, she is wearing a cowboy hat now. So that has made her social chat impact go up. But if we have her drop that hat, and then we come back and look, the social chat impact is still at 137%. So you might have thought beautiful people had more social chat impact, but that's not actually the case. So a number of things that we might have thought made a difference to how good a deal colonists will get from traders actually aren't doing it. The only thing so far that seems to make any difference at all is just the social skill. Well, not just social skill plus the talking ability, because if the talking ability in the health sense is weakened, then that also affects this stat right here, the trade price improvement. But this seems to be the only stat that's making any difference to what kind of deal they get. But now we might wonder about the base prices. So if we take, Blarney and we talk to Vector here, right, there are these prices that she's going to get. They would go down if she had a different skill level or if she had talking problems, but a different trader will have different prices. And we might wonder if we can affect those as well. And Sandip had a nice thought. He thought maybe it's the goodwill with the factions is going to make a difference. We can test that out as well. Let's bring Scheiber down here to call Singer's Community. And Singer's Community, we're going to use the debug tools to make them really like us. And we're going to come and call Town at the Tree. We're going to make them just very, very neutral towards us. And finally, we're going to call Strengths Cliff. They're our friends, but they're not going to be anymore. We're going to make them hostile towards us. So they will not be sending us trade groups. So now let's go ahead and call in another trade caravan. Here's Town at the Tree. They've sent us an exotic goods trader. I'm going to have Blarney go out. Where are these guys? And chat with them. Try to see what their costs are. And in particular, I'm going to have her look at the cost of components as kind of a benchmark for us to look at. So here, their components cost $10.89. Sorry, our components will sell to them for $10.89 and theirs cost $18.18. So what we'll do is we'll take this number and we'll call in a whole bunch of these guys from both of these two colonies and see what the averages are to see whether or not we get any better deals from the colony that likes us compared to this one. Okay, so I did that for quite a while and got enough trader caravans coming in that had at least 5 of each type from each faction. So I had 5 from Town at the Tree, at least of the bulk goods traders, 5 of the exotic goods traders, so on and so forth, and same for Singer's Community. And I took averages for each of the different types to see if maybe like the exotic goods traders gave us significantly different prices than the pirates or something, but they really didn't for the components. It was pretty static. And what I found was that for Town at the Tree, who doesn't like us a whole lot, they average buying price from us was $11.22, and their average selling price was $18.75. For Singer's Community, who love us, the average buying price from us was $11.30. The average selling price was $19.09. So although these guys gave us a slightly different, slightly more money for our stuff, they also charged slightly more for theirs. No real significant difference. So it does not seem as though this goodwill is making any kind of real difference. For anyone who wants to actually see my numbers, I've included a link in the description to a CVS file that has all my raw data in it. Now, we can also do the same thing here by having Blarney come, by first calling in a orbital trade ship and then having Blarney come and chat to them. And again, with the same thing, we will just check out their components. Here it's 1038 versus 1733 buying from us and selling to us prices. I'll do the same thing. I'll try to get 5 of each kind of orbital ship and come back and let you know what I found. Okay, I got 5 of each type again. Again, I just looked at the components, and again, I didn't see any real significant difference across different types of traders for components. Now, we know it's not always the case. We know, for instance, that pirates are always charging an arm and a leg for medicine and things like that, but not here. And what I found here is that on average, they were buying our components for $11.36, and they were selling them to us for $18.88, kind of right in between. So there didn't seem to be any difference here between the orbital traders and the trade caravans that come. The main difference is in what they have or how much money they have to spend. So there you have it. Our results were mostly negative, we found that there is this stat here, this price improvement stat, and it depends on character, and it also depends on your talking health, right? That's why Blarney, confused over here, who is a 20, doesn't have a 10% of that, but has about 7.5 or so for that. 7.74 to be a little more precise. But beyond that, nothing else seems to help. Cowboy hats, being beautiful, none of that stuff makes any difference. The factions don't seem to care if you like them or not. They seem to just give you prices within a set range that are then affected by that chance of your trader. So the only thing you can do to get better prices is keep your mouth healthy and level up that social stat. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you think we should look at next time, what other aspect of RimWorld we can try to get clearer on, learn a little bit more about. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.